young man, and then we are shown a young man in the forest outside this set who is running away from some elders who try to catch him. They were running and attacking him. But that young man was moving forward, avoiding all the attacks, and this shocked the elders a lot because those elders were so powerful that it was almost impossible to avoid their attack. The name of the young man is "And now while running, there is a ditch ahead and now." And from here we come to know that he had learnt the secret technique by entering the set library. Doing this was forbidden, and now he is going to be given the death penalty as a punishment for this. He was firm on his principles, and he knew that the punishment for this was death penalty. That is why he himself. He decides to decide, and at the same time tells them that he has not told this secret technique to anyone else, and all the techniques are in his room, and after saying this he takes out the most dangerous weapon of that technique and dedicates it to the leader of the group. After which he takes off all his clothes because he wanted to return everything he had taken from sex, and then he himself jumps down the ditch. Then a leader tries to save him from dying. But Tongshan was firm in his intention, and he falls into the ditch and kills himself. As soon as he dies, his soul crosses different worlds and goes to the parallel universe. And there he is born as a newborn baby, and his name is also Tang-san. Now he remembers all the things and techniques of his first birth. Due to which he practices those techniques from childhood by going to the top of the mountain. There are continents inside this world. Everyone in this world lives for 6 years. At a recent age, a person activates a special ability. The name of this ability is Spirit Soul, and after acquiring the Spirit Soul, people get different kinds of abilities. One day, when he was returning from the mountain after doing techniques, he came to know that this year a spirit has been created to awaken the abilities of new children. We are coming to their village. This is the name of this Spirit Master, and he is a Spirit Grand Master of rank 26. Actually, the cultivation here is made from 1 to 100, and among them, those with rank from 1 to 10 are called. Those with rank from 10 to 20 are called Spirit Master. Those with 21 to 30 are called Spirit Grand Master. Those with 31 to 40 are called Spirit Elder, and similarly they are made according to their rank, and we will know about them later. Now to awaken the abilities of all the children, the head of this village gathers all the children. Now all the children of the village gather together in a building. He is also present at the place where the master awakens their abilities one by one, and he has also come here to awaken his abilities. Then before awakening their abilities, he shows his power to all the children and summons a wolf-like power inside him, due to which all the children are very surprised and get excited. And now one by one the children come forward to awaken their spirit souls. Now the first child who comes forward, his spirit soul is a sickle, which is a tool-type spirit soul. Now after seeing it, the Spirit Master tells them that it cannot be used as a weapon, but people of this type are involved in agriculture, i.e. farming. They are very good. Now he checks his soul. Soul power is very important to train anyone. Now when his soul is checked, it comes out to be 0, which means he cannot train his soul and will remain a normal person throughout his life. While doing this, he trains other children too. He checks the soul and finds that most of the souls are children who have the ability of farming skills. Then a girl comes to check her soul, and her spirit soul is of a blue-silver grass. Blue-silver grass is a very common grass, and it does not have any special ability, and this type of spirit soul is considered to be the worst spirit soul. And it is very weak. Now after this our main character, whose name is Tenshin, comes forward and concentrates by extending his right hand, and blue-silver grass comes out from his hand too. But then something starts happening in his left hand too, and we see a hammer there which he hides by closing his mouth. After that the Spirit Master checks Tungchan's soul power, and his soul power is at the 10th level, and this is a very rare condition. Actually, those people whose soul power is full, i.e. at the 10th level at the time of awakening, are given the status of bone with soul power, i.e. in, and such people are very useful. Such people are very powerful. And they go very far in life. Now the Spirit Master tells him that after awakening, the 10th level of Soul Park is the highest level. On this, Tangshan asks whether we cannot go beyond this? That is, can we not train beyond this? On this, the master explains to him that to train beyond this, one has to go through every 10th level. After that, we need to acquire one. Only after acquiring one can we move beyond the 10th level. Without acquiring one, no matter how trained a person is, he cannot reach the 11th level. Now he is asked whether he has two. Because the rank of master is 26 and he has two. To cross the print level, one spirit ring was required. The spirit ring also gives the user different special powers according to their spirit soul. Now saying this, he comes out of the hall and now the spirit master starts leaving. Now the village chief and Tank Shan go to Tank Shan's house. And there his father tells everything about Tank Shan's powers and calls him a genius. Tank Shan's father's name is Tank Ha. He asks his son about his power and he comes to know about his power, which is blue silver grass. Now his father gets shocked to hear this because he knew that his son's spirit soul should be clear Skyhammer. You should not be confused by this line, it will be explained in detail later. Now the village chief wanted Tank to go to an academy in Shine City for training. But Tank How clearly refused. Now we will know later why he refused. The village chief. He is very fond of him and fights with him because it is not right to keep such a great talent at home. He should go out and get the best training. Now despite repeated persuasion by the chief, Tank How does not agree and the chief leaves from there. Now Tank How feels that his son will be angry with his decision, but on this day of his, instead of being angry with the decision, he seems satisfied with his words and says that we can make a living even as a blacksmith. Now Tank How sits down in despair and he sadly calls all the spirit masters useless. Now Tank How asks Tank Shan to show his spirit soul, on which Tank Shan shows him blue, silver with his hand. Grass brings out a spirit soul and he is shocked to see it. But then Tank Shan tells him about another spirit soul of his and takes out clear Skyhammer from his other hand. Now seeing this, Tank How remembers how a few years ago he and his wife were running away from some people and his wife sacrifices herself to save her husband and child, and now from here we come to know that his wife's spirit soul is also blue silver grass. And then Tank How, seeing his son's double spirit soul, hugs him. He applies it on his wrist and now explains one thing to him and says that you should always protect the grasp of your right hand with the hammer of your left hand. After this, he starts teaching Tank the work and teaches him different techniques of this work, and with the help of all these techniques, Tank Shan now uses the memories of his previous life. And from their memories, he makes some hidden weapons. Now the next day, Tank House allows his son to go to the city for training and also tells him that he can manage his expenses by working as a blacksmith there. But Tank House puts some conditions in front of him for going to the city to study. He tells him that he can never leave his home. He cannot add any spirit ring to the hammer spirit. On the other condition, he is forbidden to ever show his hammer spirit soul and also forbidden to tell anyone the secret of having two spirit souls, and he is also forbidden to use the hammer spirit unless his life is in danger. Now he agrees to these conditions and sets out on his journey. He now goes to the chief of the village and now both of them leave to get admission in the big school of the city. Now both of them go towards the Spirit Master Academy asking for directions where the gatekeeper stops them. Now the chief shows him his pass, which was given to him by the Spirit Master. The gatekeeper checks that pass and finds it to be fake because blue silver grass was written on this pass, but at the same time it was also mentioned that the pass is of 10th rank. Now having blue silver grass and being of 10th rank is possible only in very rare conditions, and that too in the small place from where this boy has come. It is not possible for this rare thing to be here. Now the chief and the gatekeeper start arguing and their argument reaches such a level that the gatekeeper raises his hand on the chief, but then Tank Shan catches his hand and throws him down. Tank Shan was very angry and he activates his hidden weapon to kill him. But then a man comes there and tries to stop them. Everyone here calls this man Grand Master, and after stopping their fight, he takes him inside for admission. Now on the way, he and the Grand Master talk about many things in which the Grand Master reveals his identity and says that he is the Grand Master here, and if the Grand Master, if he wants to learn something from the Master, he can call him teacher. Now they talk more, and because the Grand Master has seen his admission pass, he tells him that you are very intelligent and also tells him that in the last 100 years you are the third person who has two. He is shocked to hear this. And he gets ready to activate his hidden weapon again. Actually, he does this because his father has told him that no one should know about his two spirit souls, and now he activates his hidden weapon to remove this danger from himself. But then the Grand Master tells him how he came to know about all this. Actually, the Grand Master is very intelligent and he had done a lot of research earlier. In that he came to know that there are only 647 people in the world with blue, silver grass spirit soul, and only 16 of them have soul power, and even those 16 have it. There is not more than one bank. Soul power is always in proportion to the quality of the spirit soul. That is why blue silver grass cannot have full soul power. That is why the Grand Master thinks that it has two spirit souls. Now after listening to all this, he understands that this Grand Master is a very wise man, and he immediately bows down in front of him. He prays to him to become his guru, and now the Grand Master accepts him as his disciple, and then both of them go to the principal inside the school, and the principal sees his admission pass. He also feels a little strange that he is a blue silver grass, but his soul is powerful. But seeing the Grand Master along with him, he gives him admission. Although there is no teacher here, the principal and everyone else respect the Grand Master a lot, and the Grand Master has a reputation in the whole city. Now Tang Shan is allotted Hostel 7 and he starts going inside his hostel. As soon as he opens the gate of his hostel, a child attacks him. Tang Shan fights with that child and a fight starts between the two. In this fight, Tang Shan easily defeats that child, and all the children start clapping for Tang Shan. Now that child stands up again and respectfully tells him that this is a tradition of the hostel. The big boss of this hostel fights with every new child who comes here, and when that new kid wins, he is made the big boss here. Now because Tang Shan won, everyone bows down to him and starts calling him their big boss, and then we see that a new girl comes there. The name of that new girl is Little Woe, and now as per tradition, Tang Shan attacks this girl, and then the same episode ends. So this is